Hey nerds! In the spirit of Thanksgiving, I want to give an expose on one of my favorite Star Wars prequel trilogy villains, General Grievous. Of all the villains in Star Wars, I feel General Grievous lacks the most attention, in my biased opinion. So I wanted to make a video dedicated to this fallen Kaleesh warrior. Now you might be wondering, why would anyone pick Grievous over Count Dooku or Maul? Well, I agree. The others are much more dynamic characters across the entire 2008 Clone Wars series, but for some reason I've never been able to remove General Grievous as my favorite. While Lucas did nerf Grievous into the dirt, they still gave him a few moments to shine, and his character is an important foreshadowing to Darth Vader's life. In this video, I hope to show you how Grievous's reputation soared in Legends, then fell into the gutter during the Clone Wars, but still has potential to rise again now.
General Grievous, you're shorter than I expected.
Our first look at General Grievous was in the 2003 Clone Wars miniseries, directed by Genndy Tartakovsky. He appeared in the Battle of Hypori after soundly defeating a clone army. Grievous then fought against 6 Jedi, technically 5 if you don't include the one Padawan he crushed when he showed up. I really liked the combat style Grievous used in this fight. He never took out his extra set of arms, instead he only used 2 arms and relied on their fully rotating limbs to give him an advantage. The part where he wields a lightsaber in his foot is a bit over the top, but it's also the only time he did it, so I can forgive it. Speaking of his feet, in both Legends and canon, Grievous is the only one to master the foot-to-face technique. So you have to give him some style points for that. This introduction is really what made the Legends Grievous so memorable. He literally was a Jedi killing machine. In the second season, General Grievous shined as he abducted the Chancellor. In that sequence, Grievous took down an entire room full of clone troopers and eventually defeated 2 Jedi Knights when he revealed his extra pair of arms. However, of these 2 moments, his introduction at Hypori is the most memorable, at least for me, and is what always comes to my mind when I think of him. Then after the miniseries came the theatrical release of Revenge of the Sith. Going into this movie, we already know more about Grievous than we did Palpatine's 2 previous henchmen, Dooku and Maul. When Obi-Wan and Anakin meet Grievous, we see one of Grievous's main defining traits, escaping. As the audience, we learn Grievous prioritizes living to fight another day over fighting to the end. And to be fair, he was totally outmatched, so it's better to try killing Anakin and Obi-Wan by having them sucked out into space than by trying to do that himself. Moving on, General Grievous foreshadows Darth Vader in some big ways. First, the General was almost entirely machine. His only organic components were his eyes, brain, heart, and a few other vital organs. Obi-Wan would later tell Luke on Dagobah,
"More machine now than man, twisted and evil."
So they share that physical trait in common. Second, Darth Vader would go on to lead an army that had no soul or individuality in it. The Imperial military and the Confederate armies were both the same in that they were simple killing machines in their respective trilogies. Finally, both were vicious Jedi killers. Darth Vader was never so vindictive as to take trophies from the fallen Jedi, but he was nonetheless merciless in how he pursued and hunted down the Jedi. Now, before going onto the 2008 Clone Wars series directed by George Lucas and Filoni, let's recap the theatrical performance of all of Palpatine's pawns in the prequel trilogy. Darth Maul has one of the coolest lightsaber duels ever in Star Wars, but in terms of speaking lines, he only had one. It's really hard to say he's a developed character. Count Dooku, on the other hand, is a big improvement as a character. He benefits a lot from Sir Christopher Lee's powerful presence on screen. Unfortunately though, Count Dooku only had 12 minutes of screen time across his 2 movies, which for me wasn't enough for Christopher Lee to truly portray what this separatist leader was and what his goals were and really show his power of persuasion. At this point, Going into 2008, when the Clone Wars series started, the prequel villains are really on just about the same footing. Yes, Palpatine is the absolute best prequel trilogy villain, but he is also the villain of the entire Skywalker saga, so I place him in a league entirely of his own. The 2008 Clone Wars series would do a lot to build Count Dooku and especially Maul as powerful Sith Lords. However, Grievous was made into an inept duelist and Jedi hunter, even against Padawans. In his fight against Nadar, he only managed to defeat him because he pulled a blaster on him. And against Eve Koth, he could only capture him because his bodyguards stepped in. A similar moment happened against Ventress when he attacked Dathomir. Again, he was saved by the bodyguards around him. Nadar is also the only Jedi we ever saw die at General Grievous' hand. So in my mind, that's not really enough to make him a credible Jedi killer. While General Grievous failed as a Jedi killer in the new Clone Wars series, the creators did give him a few moments to briefly shine as a strategist. First, in the episode Grievous Intrigue, General Grievous accurately predicts Kenobi and Anakin's plan to distract him and rescue Master Koth. Yes, he still went along with it because he couldn't pass up the opportunity to best Obi-Wan in hand-to-hand combat, but at least he knew about their intended plan and tried to counteract it, which is a lot more than the average Star Wars villain. The next win for General Grievous was his plan to get the droid army onto Kamino. Hiding the troops in the wreckage of the destroyed ships was actually really genius, and all of the other Jedi were fooled. And yes, here again, Obi-Wan did successfully guess Grievous' plan, but in my opinion, since all the other Jedi were fooled, I think in normal circumstances, this plan actually would have worked, but it's because it's Obi-Wan and then a little bit of plot armor that the main characters have. So I think there was a lot of bias that went in when they were writing that script, but still, that move was actually pretty smart. So, like I said, he had a few moments, that wasn't a whole lot, but they did happen. And now I also need to acknowledge that General Grievous was also outsmarted by Gungans, and even Jar Jar, which is extremely painful to say as someone who is a fan of General Grievous. But yeah, it happened. Lucas definitely couldn't cut him any slack for whatever reason. But thankfully, in the new canon, there's actually hope for General Grievous, and they did actually let him shine in his Age of Republic comic. General Grievous comfortably defeated a Jedi Knight and then easily killed their Padawan. In the nearby Jedi Temple, Grievous monologues as he is destroying the Jedi statues that he has his own statues on his homeworld that he earned. If you're unfamiliar, this basically recanonizes Grievous' Legends background, where he was a warlord and war hero on his homeworld, Kali. Next, the cyborg is able to make it through a series of Indiana Jones-esque booby traps that are in the temple. Again, showing that Grievous is competent and can think on his feet. In the end, General Grievous is confronted with a vision from the Force, showing him how small and cut off from the Force he really is, which has always been a part of his character. This comic, written by Jody Houser, is what gives me hope that in the future, as we get more Star Wars stories, that if they feature General Grievous, he can become a credible threat again. Honestly, from what I've seen of the new Star Wars canon that Disney's actually put out, General Grievous is the only one that so far any author or director has been able to do some justice for. So I really hope that future Star Wars stories will continue this direction for him. And on top of that, they do have that very nice 3D model of Grievous that they made for the Clone Wars finale. So they do have the asset, and at least this one aspect, at least this one character in Star Wars, I think can actually be improved as Disney continues to make more Star Wars stories. So, as always, I really hope you enjoy this video, and if General Grievous has ever been your favorite character, I hope you feel at least a small amount of vindication. If you have a friend who also loves General Grievous, consider sharing it with them. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see my next video on General Grievous that I plan to put out soon, and in that video I will attempt to reconcile General Grievous' original background from Legends with the revisions that Lucas tried to make, and actually try to make all those story points connect, but also just make him into a better character. Thanks again for watching, and stay nerdy, my friends.